Hey everybody, I'm APH. Welcome back to Timberbarn. I gotta say, we made a lot of progress in the last episode. Our reservoir took a hit because of it, but we got our row houses down, we got our actual lumber mills moved, we got our first engine down. Massive. Now, in this episode, we got to continue this move and this progression. So, getting started, let's take a look at this gear workshop. Yeah, we're in a good spot where we can go ahead and pause these so we can remove them because we don't have any gears stored up and we're only going to lose one plank. That's probably the best time that we could remove this. And this is going to become storage in the future because we got to get food storage over here before we actually start the separation. And we're getting close as we're at 70 beavers and somewhere around the 74 mark is where I want to do this. So let's go ahead and prioritize this up. And we're going to make this secondary because what I realized in the editing is I never prioritized this over here. I also called this by the wrong name because, hey, my brain doesn't work. I'll flat out admit that. So we got a huge chunk of wood making the moves that we made. We just in one episode, we tripled the amount of wood that we had stored up. So that's huge. Our drought did leave this area desolate, so raising the water has to be a thing. And as for right here, we need berries in this actual district. And we've got 6 unemployed beeves. So let's go ahead and put 2 more in the hauling post. And let's plan on a couple of gatherers flags over here. And we'll do them as secondary as well. Now taking a look at our breeding pods. Looks like this one's quite ready to pop. And as they pop, we're going to start eliminating them. But that's going to mean that we need breeding pods. We're probably going to need 3 of them over here in total because we're probably going to need roughly 45 beeves over here. And we're probably going to need 4 of them over here. So we have room for 60 actual beavers. So I was thinking, let's tuck them in here for 2 of them. I think this is a good spot as it's kind of hidden. And let's go ahead and move that to the top of the priority list. That can be early in the day here. Let's go ahead and bump up the speed. Yeah. And I was thinking, what better for right in front of the distribution hall, kind of like we did with our actual structures here, than to place the other ones, the other 2 that we're going to need for this district, right here and right here. And then I realized this as well during the editing. This whole section is going to be moving up on top of the actual reservoir once we get the aqueduct going. So I know it's kind of a waste building it now just to tear it down later, but it's got to happen for progression. All right, 2 more breeding pods. I think that will actually look good. And what I meant to do before that is prioritize these up because sometimes it gets a little wonky. But looking at it, it looks like the actual base underneath there got it as well. All right, let's change our water effects. And now for these trees. I don't want them planting these anymore. I'm not sure if we're going to remove them or just kind of let them grow naturally, but we don't necessarily need to plant them in the future. And I don't know that I want to remove them. Let's just clear the planting area. I think that's the right way to go. I like that effect better anyways. Especially if we're not planting it and we're not necessarily harvesting. These, I want them over here. So, we also want the forester over here. That way we have 2 foresters kind of close to the center. So we can kind of try to keep this going. And all of our lumberjacks are kind of focused in this area. And I gotta say, with 10 lumberjacks all focused right here and with the district moved around, we might have an absolute gob amount of wood over here. So let's do something like this with the 4 on this side and the lumberjack on that side. We'll go ahead and move that up to kind of the mid priority as well. And they haven't started building on this yet. It's okay. It might just take a little bit of time. Now this area did come together and they're starting to clear out over here, which is exactly what we want. And do we have place for... Do we have a place for a builder over here? Because that might help. Once we get the district building down, they'll be able to focus over here. But it's getting to that point that's going to be important. So that's kind of my thing that I want to kind of watch. Now they are working on, they're working on the actual inventors' huts, which is good. That will get us a little bit more science, as our next actual monument is 3,000. Now that takes an epic amount of planks, but we should, we've got 4 actual lumber mills here, and we're probably going to place another 4 up here in the very short future. Once we hit, I'm thinking once we get this section down and we've got the actual levees up to that point, I think we're going to start placing actual things on top. It will probably start with the actual water wheels. Not the water wheels, but the deep water pump, since they will reach down 6. Ooh, it will not start with that, because they'll only reach down 6, which is this low. That is a nice feature of the actual Iron Teeth versus the Folktales. Now, has this one finished? Alright, that one's good to go. Now, if any of the rest of them... Yeah, this one's finished. And we need to clear out this spot. So let's go ahead and mark that one for removal. So we can bring our road right to that point. We want to start cutting this as close as we can in there. Taking a quick look. Yeah, this one will go tomorrow, so that will be good. These are still working. Do we have any room in our district center or our builder's hut? Yeah, I think part of the issue is you can see how red this bar is getting by the time they get over here. Got unemployed beefs. And we're going to only get more because we have 6 kids. All right, let's look at what it costs to build an actual builder's hut. 20 logs, 10 planks. Don't want it there. And down in the water would be an epically bad spot for it. I don't think I have much of an option here. Yeah, we'll place it here, knowing that we're going to take it out eventually. Just to kind of help maintain and get some things moving. We did have Ranjante die of old age, which is a bummer. And we got our first storage. Now, this one needs to be berries exclusively. And some people will be noticing that I'm not placing down the roads ahead of time. Something that was made in a comment, and occasionally I get a little bit ahead of myself and place down the roads. Now that one is just carrots. We're going to want to start stockpiling these. Means that this should start. Now we're going to need a walkway up, and I'm thinking on top of the water. And what we'll do is something about like where this one is the actual walkway. And then over here, we'll do the actual print of the staircase needs to be that certain size. So it needs to be a 3x3 in total in order to make the staircase work. So we'll go the walkway here with the intention on this leading the actual way back. And we're going to prioritize this up, as this is going to be fairly important for our plan. Now let's get that bottom row too. And then we'll place our stairs. Now, I got to thinking, looking over the jobs real quick, I had to actually take a look. We're going to need more than the 30 workers over here. So I think we're going to have to replace these with large row houses at some point in time. Which, let's see, let's take a look at the large row houses. So again, it's just logs, which is phenomenal. But it moves from 5 to 8 workers per. So we'd get an extra 18. So from 30 up to 48. I think that's a pretty good number, because I wanted three actual pods over here. Speaking of the pods, this one just finished. Let's get rid of that one, and let's check the next ones. So tomorrow when those pop, we'll go ahead and get rid of those. All right, let's get our walkway up. That way we can actually have a lift, and we'll do something about like that. You know, let's replace this one with a double. That way we can place doubles here. But I want to place down my walkways first. Yeah. Something like that. Get that all prioritized to the top. Our gatherers are down, so we should start filling these with berries and with carrots, which will be phenomenal. And it looks like this area is completely planted, so it's ready to go. Now we should have enough to unlock paper. We do. And we don't have enough gears, which is a bummer. Let's unlock paper. And let's unlock the actual explosives. Again, requires gear, so we're going to have to set up that actual gear workshop somewhere. Because we want explosives. And I think we're going to want them up here. To be exact, I think that's where we want them. We'll probably place... Once we have everything moved, we'll probably place an engine up here. Probably in the corners, what I'm thinking. To power paper and actual explosives. Just so we have a production, and then we'll use the distribution center to send it over. So it's going to be quite the interesting thing, because we're going to be sending logs over to one zone. And we're going to be sending carrots over to one zone. And from the other, we're going to be sending water, wheat, potatoes, and probably explosives. And maybe gears if we need them. Alright, our next row is done. And for up here, we want probably bread and grilled potatoes, not carrots. Bread. And grilled potatoes. All right, let's get our road in now that that's ready for us. It should be, yeah, look at that. Real green in that area. That's exactly what we want. We want everything to be from the, as the statement goes, we want everything super green. Let's bring those around and let's get our next row going. That looks good. We've got a little bit of research. Let's go ahead and unlock the row house. Because we don't have any homeless beeves. And taking a look. Ooh, yeah, we don't have any homeless beeves. We're very close to our actual limit. So we're going to need to start doing this relatively quickly, as these are all actually full. So I'm going to feel bad about this, but I think we need to start doing this now. Let's start replacing them one at a time. So they're only logs. Now, how high does that make it? One higher. Yeah, that'll be good, because then we can place one more set of storage in the future on top of these, and then we can place all of our monuments on the top of this row. I think that's a really good idea. All right, so we placed... Ooh, we did not set up this one. We set up this one? We did. All right, this one, we just want potatoes. Grilled potatoes. Come on, guys. And now the top row. Not actually sure what we want here. Probably wheat and raw potatoes. Yeah, let's do potatoes and raw wheat. That way we can send them over. And since that's built now, we can go ahead and set up our walkway. So they're kind of building. It's all ready. We're at our 74. This is where I wanted things, but I want to make sure that we're completely ready for the actual transition. All right, this one's ready. So let's go ahead and get rid of the next one. There we go. We'll go ahead and move that to the priority list. Excellent. We've got our actual builder's hut over here. So that's going to make things a lot quicker. And taking a look, this one's ready to go. This one's ready to go. And what about this one? This one's also ready to go. So we're going to need 3 actual breeding pods over here. I haven't decided where I want them, but I know they've got to be over here in order to maintain roughly the 45 beefs we want. Maybe we place them right in here. Go something about like this and like that. And then right off the shore. That works kind of with our theme. Yeah, let's move that up in the priority list as well. And what we should do is move this to right behind it. There we go. So they should get the actual row house done next, and then we'll kind of keep our progression. Now, have we picked up any more metal blocks? We are. So, are they starting to build this? Yeah, it only needs 2 more. Did I look at the right thing? Is this planks? Oh, this is planks. For some reason, I like metal blocks. I associate that with I-beams, and some reason, the planks I actually associate with metal blocks as well. But that's okay. Alright, we still haven't got rid of this one right here. So I'm okay with that. We're entering day 5, and I'm a little surprised we haven't hit our next drought cycle. It's a little crazy to me. Carrots are in a horrible spot. But I think a lot of that had to do with the fact that the drought was just not nice to us. And we're starting to fill up our actual containers. Okay, let's try this again. If I click here, oh, this one's not connected. That makes sense. I thought that it was full already. So we're okay. So we're out of carrots. So these guys should start picking today, since the planting is completely done. And I had a comment that if you place down 2 farmhouses, one with 1 planter and one with 2 harvesters, the 1 planter keeps up with the 2 harvesters, and that's something that we might have to try over here. And what we'll do is we'll kind of rearrange some things, because this actual farmer I want it moved in the future, and I haven't quite decided where I want it yet. But that's something that we'll take a look at. Maybe what we do is place something. You know, we've got our walkway here. And we like the theme of being on the actual water. Yeah, let's plan this out where we do something right there for storage. Maybe one more. Thinking here, because we're going to need an actual up right here. Yeah, let's do one more. So we'll do our storage right there, and then we'll do our farmhouse on top of it, and we'll move that to be in a medium high priority. And we're getting our carrots done, and we have the bug where the icon forecasted drought is stuck in the middle of my screen. Can I click on something and get it to disappear? Maybe? Come on. Oh, there we go. Excellent. Our next row house just finished. And it looks like everything's connecting, and it looks like, what is this one? Berries are full. So at least we have that actual food source going. Okay. Next row house. Got 2 unemployed beefs. Let's go ahead and place them in the builder's hut just to make this go a little bit quicker. Here we go. And again, we're just going to set that to the high priority. And it looks like they're getting ready to build that next walkway. And we need 1 more layer up to get up to the roof. So let's go ahead and place that now. There we go. I don't know if we're going to go any higher than that, so we'll just go ahead and connect that right to that walkway. Yeah, we got to go at least 1 more higher, because we got to get on the roof to get to the actual tops of these buildings. You know what we can do? We can we can leave nothing on this level for now. So that we can build. Let's get our actual monument up there. Yeah, let's prioritize that up. We want that going soon. And let's go ahead and move this to being a medium high. We want this to get done before the actual reservoir. Got plenty of actual supplies, so they can keep moving things over. Getting this district sorted so that it's self-sustaining before we pull the trigger is a little bit more important. This area is starting to clear. Now, how far do we actually have? Well, I've got till there. I'm thinking that's still enough wheat to maintain. All right, let's place wheat here. Let's go ahead and do carrots in this area. We'll do one more row of carrots. That way we have carrots and actual wheat over here. As wheat we go through way less. All right, they're getting that. The next row house is done. Amazing. All right, let's go ahead and get our next one planted in. I absolutely love the way that these buildings are modular like this. Makes it absolutely easy to do things like this. And these foresters are ready to move over here. Let's go ahead and place our lumberjack flags. And our next forester. And just to make sure that these guys are ready to move, let's go ahead and clear them out. There we go. Excellent. Our breeding pods are ready over here. Now, they haven't actually filled yet. Maybe they fill at the end of the day. So that's okay. Our water's holding. But our water over here is not completely full yet. Water we should probably get sorted, as we're going to either be importing it or we're going to be having to produce it over here. Excellent. This is ready. So, they're harvesting, so let's do this. Let's get our actual farmhouse up here. Wanted to call it a forester, and we'll go ahead and prioritize that to the top as well. Excellent. Next row house is ready for us. We've only had one person move in, but that's okay. Let's get this one. Got 5 unemployed beeves. We're doing good. We are absolutely doing good. Alright, now how are these guys looking? Nice. Very nice. If we were going to do something over here, if we're going to do paper and explosives as a temporary, we'd need gears over here. I don't want it up top yet. Okay. If we're only going to produce gears during the time of water, we could plan on a gear workshop right here. Maybe that's a good idea. So, kind of bring this over. Do something like that. Let's see which way the gear workshop actually goes. And then we could just do something about like this, where we just place a little bit of an extension here. Now we got to get beeves over to that. This is the problem with a lot of this stuff. Getting everything actually routed correctly at first. All right, let's pause this. Place a walkway down so they can build it. And we're going to go ahead. You know what we should do? Let's make the reservoir a lower priority so that I don't have to reprioritize everything else. This is a big project. We want to make sure that this is getting done, but having this ahead of everything else is being highly problematic. I don't think they can go that far, so this is probably about as far as we need to actually worry. There we go. Now we don't have to worry about prioritizing quite as much. Our science is all finished, that it looks a lot better. Want some decorations in there, but I don't know what to do over there. Have they started building this? Yeah, they started building that. That's coming together. And our next actual farm is down, and they're ready. So let's go ahead and pause this. Make sure this is set to planting. Yeah, I'm okay losing. Yeah, we'll let the 8 carrots clear out. Now, how far do these guys go? They go all the way, so we're good there. And we might do the same thing where we place another one kind of over in this neighborhood, just to get a double dose of the actual farmers. As I think this is a little bit too big of an area. But again, if we look, yeah, let's place a road in here. There we go. Now the beavers should have a little bit shorter path. And we'll go ahead and delete out this road as it's no longer needed. Excellent. Looks like they're starting to actually take care of the trees a little bit better. So that's making me happy. And forgot to mark this as not clear, so they were clearing out some of those trees. Now those will come back over time, as each one of these full trees has a chance to spread. And they'll only spread during the down season when the drought is happening, but that's okay. Ooh, look at this. Starting to get our actual walkway. Oh, they're building the large monument. They're going to be ripping through that. That is definitely a thing there. Now these beeves. Looks like our actual well-being has dropped a little bit. And I think a lot of that has to do with, obviously, awe is dropping down and then some of the nutrition. But the nutrition, I don't think, is affecting it. Spirituality with the 2 temples is good. Comfort is amazing. Fun is probably the next thing. Well, no. Aesthetic, awe 2. I was going to say aesthetic 2. Awe 2 is definitely the next thing. So we're about halfway through the science. Just have to refrain from spending any science for an episode. Alright, now this one. It's almost built. Just needs to actually be moved up on the priority list. So maybe we lower this down long enough for them to build that row house. So that we can connect the next one. And taking a look. This one. Not set up or not connected. Isn't connected to a district. Oh, we didn't place in our road. Okay. That's an easy fix. Still not connected. Oh, we didn't place in a road here either. Is that where it's missing? Got our walkway up. Oh, we're missing the stairway here. That is a nice feature that they place the lines and you can see right where the line ends. Very, very nice feature. Ooh. And because of where the district center is, that's the actual end of where, as far as the district will supply. So yeah, we're ready to actually make this move. I think that's the full icon. Yeah, this area looks good. Our next drought just hit. We're at a 14-day drought. Wow, that is a long one. This one's probably going to be a little bit longer episode as normal than normal as we're starting to make some good headway in separating out this actual district. 14-day drought. Wow, we're 9 days in. And on hard mode, what I've been seeing is somewhere around usually around day 3 to day 5, we notice that the drought actually marks. So I'm a little bit surprised that it took that long. I'm okay with that. Alright, our next row house is ready. So let's go ahead and get that moved. We're up to 75 beeves, and we've got 7 unemployed. We're actually in really good shape there. That's what we're looking for. All right, let's get this one down, and we'll go ahead and prioritize that up. We'll keep this prioritized above because we want that labor monument actually done first. Excellent. Just look at those guys just going. And we'll go ahead and create our walkway. Now I want to stop it right there just in case we do place some actual storage up here in the future. I don't want those necessarily moving around things ahead of time. We haven't moved potatoes and we haven't moved wheat. That's probably because it is a long way from yonder to yonder. That is an epically long distance. But if we look at our storage for wheat over here, we are full. Let's get 2 more haulers. Maybe that will help. Yeah, all of the breeding pods have stopped. We've got plenty of berries. We've got plenty of water. That's highly questionable. Now, we have enough water for 80 beeves. So we definitely need some more water very soon here. Now, if we look at our houses, maybe we do water over here. It's outside the reservoir for the time being, which is kind of where we want it. And what do we need? Too high? Yeah, too high. Let's do it. I think we need... Let's start it on this side. Yeah, we need three wide, and we need 3 of them in total. So let's do 1, 2, and 3. And our actual walkway here. They'll get it connected so that this town has water. Let's get that prioritized up. Everything's getting close here. Now, are these far away? Is that why they're not working? Because I'm not at the maximum for my day. But if we don't get these moving, we're going to get an actual die-off here. All right, let's place 1 more in the hauling post and just see if that helps. Might be a matter if we have just too much going on. Because usually it's at the end of the day that they fill those. Got carrots are starting to come back in, so we're good there. They'll build these kind of over the course of the drought. And how much food do we have stored over here? 200 berries. No carrots. We've got some grilled potatoes. And a little bit of bread. Alright, I think it's time. So, to make this happen, we need our district building here. This is where I didn't think of things, which is partially okay. Because when we replace this with a district building, we don't necessarily need the builder over here. Yeah, let's do that. Let's go ahead and remove this right here. And right here, or right here. Yeah, let's do it right here. We'll place our gatehouse. And then place our actual district center right there. Look at that. Everything is green to the district center. Excellent. All right, let's up that to 4. Got 25 unemployed. So let's unpause it long enough for everybody to shift. And now, what do we have over here? 29 unemployed beefs. All right, let's go ahead and send 29 over to the other district. Let's see how that actually fares over here. Yeah, we still have an unemployed or we still are lacking one person. That's okay. All right, this is empty, so let's go ahead and get rid of that. Not connected, which we knew. Let's set this up just for carrots. Now we can start setting up the actual transfers. And hopefully that allows these to get going. Yeah, now everything's... Even the walkways here are now green. It's exactly what we wanted. It's not until they start getting up the ladder that it actually cuts out. But again, that's exactly what we were hoping. Yeah, look at these guys. Lives in the row house, works at the district center, and they're building over here. So they're still capable of building. Excellent. Now let's go ahead and set up our routes. First one we're going to want is raw potatoes, raw wheat. Oops. I'll set up the limits between episodes. We'll do wheat itself. Water. We'll do water since I saw it before wheat. And lastly would be the wheat. There's that. And then for this one, we're going to go ahead and add logs. Oh, I'm in the wrong screen. Let's add a route. We want logs and planks. And the actual logs is going to maybe surprise some and maybe not surprise others. But the actual limit for logs, the high, is 1,020, I believe. For all of the storage, for all of the actual log containers. Might be off by a little bit, but I think that was what I kind of counted up there. And as we separated this out, I think this is, again, a little bit longer than what I typically record, but I think this is a good spot to go ahead and call this episode, as we've officially made our first separated district. Thank you guys for joining. I invite you guys to offer up suggestions for names for the new district. Again, I want to stay Roman themed. And we'll see you in the next episode, where we continue our progression up this waterway and hopefully get this district set up as well. Have a great day, and we'll see you tomorrow.